All right, everyone, welcome back to Central Coast Disc Golf. This is round 2 from the 2023 Zootown Open. Nestled up here in the mountains is this little town, Missoula. And I'm your host, Nate Perkins, and I'm joined here with the 2012 World Champion and 4-time Zootown Open champion, Sarah Hokum. How we doing, Sarah?
Doing great. These mountains have the best effect on everyone here. On to hole 1. Starting it out with a beautiful shot, 483 feet, par 4. Players are going to throw a big shot flat out and over these trees. Just to the left of that big pine we just passed on the right. And it's hopefully going to dump left right into this pocket where you can maybe get a putt for eagle. This is one of 3 eagleable par 4s on the front 9.
Yeah, we saw Jessica Weese parked this hole for eagle, and Missy Gannon also parked it for an eagle. It's definitely open.
All right, everyone, welcome to the 2023 Disc Golf Pro Tour Zootown Open. This is your FPO lead card. First on the tee, shooting 10 under from Estonia, current world champion Kristen Tattar.
Shot a 10 under par and just 76% from circle 1 yesterday.
Yeah, the mountain air certainly affects the putting. Kristen going with that orbit grace off the tee.
Yeah, how would you say that the elevation affects the putt?
It stables things up, drops it out quicker. So something you have to adjust for, especially with a spin putt like Kristen has. But she's behind the basket there for an eagle look. Ananda, no stranger to mountain golf. She's played this event many times.
Yep, Sai going Ballista Pro here. Flattens that one out beautifully.
That's good carry. Needs to sneak through those pines. Oh, bullseye. Wow.
Doesn't even move.
How did it not get a skipper?
I don't know.
That's great.
Of course, Missy Gannon going with her Thrasher. I actually don't know a player who sticks to one mold more than this woman.
She must have a bunch of versions of that disc in her bag. Putting a little extra mustard on it. It's got the distance, but it's going to be right.
Yeah, she really flattened that one out. I kind of saw a little extra body English on that one as well.
From Grass Valley, California, Jessica Weese.
Jess with the Eco Star Destroyer. You can get her signature version online at Innova.
Cracked it over just a little too low out of the hand, not giving that one a chance to fly over the treetops.
It looked like she took 0 time on the tee, really lining it up. Maybe some nerves or just the mountain air getting her too excited right off the bat. Nice shape on that shot. She'll be outside the circle for a birdie look still.
Nice turnover fierce there from Missy.
Beautiful cleanup. Wow. For the par safe. Excellent. And Tattar for eagle. And that's how you really want to start.
Yeah, it's a good start, especially when your closest competitor is in the bullseye for eagle.
Missy with the easy birdie. Sai putting the pressure on early. On to hole 2. This is a par 3, 346 feet. Players are going to probably throw a right-handed backhand, punching the deep tree line and then having it fade left into the gap, leaving them roughly 40, 50 feet. If they push the tree line a little farther and get through, they could park it. It's a pretty tough get, but with a long putt, the birdie is in range.
Really hard to park this one. You almost have to get lucky through the trees on the right there if you're going to be in
Which
the bullseye.
Juliana did yesterday and got the only birdie on the field.
Okay. Only birdie. Here goes Kristen with the grace.
That's pushing deep.
Wow.
The skip into the circle, that'll be good for about 20 feet.
Very smooth. That's like her consistent distance too, is right there at that 350. Onside.
Wow, that was a push forward, and she'll be left at the same distance.
Thrasher for Missy. Little hyzer flip here. Needs to push. Just had that last pine on the corner to sneak past.
I like the height on this. Get the fade in. Yes.
Yeah, beautiful shape there from Jessica. That was clean. She's on the front side of the circle.
Ooh.
Yeah. Good
Solid
pace
attempt
and
there.
online.
Really nice release on her putt.
How would you say that the mosquitoes have been affecting you on the putting greens, Sarah? And do you feel like these players are really dealing with a lot?
As long as you deed up really good, it's not that big of a deal. But if you don't, I mean, they could bother you, absolutely. Especially if you have a long routine. But if you hear, the buzzing in your ear, like at the last minute, that can certainly throw you off. You can feel them biting you too. So, that tactile sensation is not great for putting, I don't think either.
No, it's not. And a rare miss there from Kristen. Sai's going to pick one up here, and she's 3 down through the first 2.
Maybe put a little pressure on Kristen there by getting it a little closer. Moving on to hole 3. This is a par 4, 378 feet. Plays quite a bit longer as it does play uphill. The first shot, you're going to want to land somewhere around here, mostly centered up. That's where you're going to have the best access to this alleyway that continues to move up in elevation through this tight gap onto this really beautiful green, centered up deep in the woods of this beautiful course. But that first shot is very critical that it lands in the middle. There's a great hyzer line for the backhand, or an anhyzer or a sidearm on the left side.
Yeah, Sai just holds on to it for a moment.
That kind of surprises me. I'm kind of confused at where she's going there. Is she trying to throw the hyzer there, or is she trying to throw a turnover line to get further up the fairway?
Yeah,
I'm
curious as well.
Because the hyzer that Kristen is throwing right now is really, that's the easiest way to get there.
Yeah.
But if you need the extra power, which I don't think Sai does, you may... Ooh, that's a little right. She needs a big fade. That'll make that entryway pretty difficult.
Those are tricky pine trees to throw from. They're just... It's like a natural disc golf hazard.
I'm going to see the sidearm line here. That looks good. Being left is good if you've got a sidearm.
Yeah, she might throw a little Annie forehand up into the green.
I guess we're going to see right here. Needs to turn.
Ooh, late flipping.
Beautiful. Park job.
She's been playing with you for a bit.
That's great.
So Jessica really pulls out a lot of tricks on those turnover forehands. I love watching her throw those shots.
Certainly. And yeah, beautiful line from Kristen. Also just follows it right up with a park job.
Yeah, I believe that's the glory that she's been hitting on those flat forehand lines. We see tight gap here. Ooh. Going mantis.
That was like a 10-footer through one of those sets of pines there.
Yeah, that was a tight gap.
Yeah. And now she's got just outside the circle left.
And when Missy plays, she, of course, you know this, when she throws a good shot and she just starts cheesing to everybody, and like her and Tom are just kind of laughing. Like she's always kind of keeping it light out there.
That makes everything better. A little rushed. I felt like her timing was off a bit there. Sai with impeccable timing, as usual.
It's an elegant stroke. I really enjoy it. You talked about it yesterday, how it just seems to all be in the wrist, and it's just not something we're used to seeing.
Just tapping in the easy birdie along with Kristen. Those sidearm approaches seem to be the easy way to get up there.
Kristen holds on to a 2-stroke lead over Sai.
But Sai 4 down through 3. Like who doesn't want to be more under than there are holes yet?
Katrina Allen! Maria Oliva! She's done it! Kristen Tattar!
Sai, Ananda!
Champion Open at Austin!
Paige Pierce!
Mirkwood.
And we're back, hole 4. This is a par 4, 432 feet, but another one of our eagleable holes. If you've got a sidearm, you can flex it just past that little pine on the right and let it fall left. And if there's a little stability left in the disc, it could hook up and park it for eagle. Most of the backhand throwers are going to throw a pushing hyzer that's going to push straight as much as it can before it falls left, leaving 100 to 150 feet on an approach shot to a sloped green. There's a nice little ditch at the bottom to catch the disc, though. So this is definitely a birdie hole.
Just 2 short steps. Pushing the backside of that gap there.
Oh, look at there. There's you.
That's neat. Kristen, oh, she
That's
really hangs on to that one.
Looked a little wide on the release.
She kind of gives herself some eyebrows walking back to her bag.
Another high release, high and wide. Oh, come down.
Oh, and it's just
It's
balancing
hanging
up
out.
there.
See if Missy can clean this up. We want inside, hyzer flip. Yeah,
Needs it to flip a little. Oh, it's pure.
that's it.
Catches a late tree, but that's a good spot to approach from.
Yeah, anywhere down in that kind of area. Once you've turned the corner. Kristen with a great flex. Nestling into that ditch a little bit short, but with a look.
Curious if she runs that one or not.
So no 2 meter here out in Montana.
I think that seems about right. It's hard to tell.
That was a lot of power high.
She slammed that into the hill. She's kind of questioning it. I feel like it probably has something to do with the tough footing she had.
That makes sense. She may have had to throw over a bush. There's a lot of waist-high bushes on this hole.
This is a harp little flex line for Sai.
Came up a little short, but she'll have a look from mid-circle 2. Just way up the hill. Wow. This is such a touchy approach. And in the little ditch at the bottom, that's great. She should be able to clean that up. This is Missy's look for eagle. Oh my goodness.
Right? What a good view, Sarah. Just nearly dunks it.
And Sai is not running it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Playing the smart game.
I feel it. It's a little
Yeah.
sloped. You could have like a 28-footer or something if you miss.
Totally. Kristen from circle 2. And Missy for the birdie. Yeah. Is the crowd not giving her like love?
I think she was the only person to birdie and there were no claps.
So she's making fun of.
I think she was just making a light joke of
We're
no one
clapping for you, Missy.
Yeah.
Sometimes the crowd gets a little flat, and I get that, especially if they're all there to, really see one or two players. I mean, with Sai being the local, she's getting a lot of local love, and Kristen, everybody loves Kristen.
And also, it's just an interesting balance between like it being golf and everyone being like super quiet, or people getting rowdy and cheering. And some communities want to get rowdy, and others are just like, okay, I don't want to distract anybody.
And
so
more
I understand.
In a respectful way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get that too. Yeah. On to hole 5, par 3, 295. There's a tight gap on this left side that righty backhands might throw a turnover or a straight putter or mid. You can also throw this big wide hyzer with a righty backhand. I personally like the flip up sidearm with a fairway.
I like it. It feels a little tight on this tee pad.
It is. A lot of locals will take that right gap. That's a pretty Oh, that was so pretty.
It's just drifting right to the pin.
We'll see if Sai takes the right gap, although I think her turnover game... Nope, she's going turnover. Her turnover game's pretty good. Is this a putter in her hand?
I think it is, yeah. I think
maybe
she has a
deputy?
Yeah, I think it's a deputy. More stable deputy.
That looks good.
Oh, and it's perfection.
That's pretty good for a bullseye.
That's going to get her to 5 under through 5 with a par.
And what do I think? A harp? Oh, this is actually a felon. So she's getting a big fade, leaving her a bit of a deathy putt, but still very makeable, just outside the circle. Oh no. There was a bit of a headwind on this hole today. I think she turned that a little extra, but that wind is not helping.
And she threw it really hard again, similar to her approach on 4. She just kind of overcooked it.
Wow, she's so far down there. Look at how small she looks. Like, wow, when you go down in these ravines on this course, it is so far down.
This one's really brutal.
I mean, she's full power just to get to the top, and I mean, inside the circle, but still not throwing it as far as you think you could from that angle.
This is like 55. Oh! Missy's good for it from the ditch.
That's awesome.
Oh, that was a long way away. She's
I don't
not
even
ready.
Know if she could see the basket.
No, barely. She's not ready for a bogey yet.
No. And Kristen, edge of the circle. Little right, but should be all right. It's a little flop out on the right. Missy, I guess Missy took all the basket love. Whew, that was a jammer.
Yeah, those
little extra speed there.
Those right links really pulled that one back in.
I mean, also uphill, though, in this elevation, you have to throw it extra hard. I mean, you have to pretend the basket's a little further than it is. I've tried to aim just higher at the band, and I'll hit the band. You know, so it's almost you have to throw it with just more speed, which is like kind of tricking your brain into thinking that it's further away than it is.
Yeah, that's good advice, honestly, for the mountain golf. Super sad when you hit the band when you're expecting that drop out here at elevation. And we have another hole here where they have to throw over a really daunting ditch. You do not want to hit and fall into this one.
It's so bad down there. Don't go down there. Yeah. So hole 6, first of all, just get to here at least. It's 324 feet. par 3. Play more like 350, 360. Backhand, you're going to have to throw something with a little bit of turn on it because the ground is falling away left on the mountain. So little turn flex shot as far as you can. Sidearm plays really well for this hole. But first of all, get through the ravine. Number 1.
Sai going Vandal here.
Oh no.
Oh, gets over the top of that one.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, she knows how it feels to be at the bottom of this ravine. She's played out here a few times. Ooh, that's great.
Missy holds the follow through. Thrasher cruises
Really
into the
nice.
circle. Sweet.
Nobody got this birdie yesterday.
Okay.
So I think that's one of the best drives I've seen so
Yeah.
far. Oh no. I hope she didn't go all the way down, but at least she's center, and hopefully that's the biggest gap to get back up. Oh no, that's 2 for 4. Man, my card yesterday had a 2 for 4 miss, and if you can get a bogey from here, you are doing really good. It's probably a double. Or you just throw it to the pin like Kristen. No.
Okay. I
That looked
thought
really
that
good.
was going, but that's a good spot.
The power from down there is like so difficult, but really good up.
And Jessica's even a little closer
It's
to
like
the front
so
hill.
vertical, dude.
Yeah. She
mean-
might even try forehand roller or something.
You almost have to throw overhead
Yeah.
to get any distance. Something that's gonna pan. And Jess is pretty. She's got a pretty good overhead game. So, but looks like she's going Annie sidearm.
Okay. That'll also play.
Sai basically throwing from the short tee.
Oh, what a view. Beautiful putter shot right there.
Little death putt on the way back, but she is primed to get a par. Must be a Sonic.
I believe so. That Halo Sonic, and she's got 15 feet left for the single bogey. Kristen tossing the harp up there.
Missy with the birdie look. And not just a look. That is the first birdie I've seen on this hole.
Yep. That is only the second birdie of the tournament. Katrina Allen, the only other player to get it during round 2.
Oh, sit.
No. Unfortunate timing there on the band.
And then the overcorrection. All right, Sai to clean up a par from her early hit. No problem.
Unfortunate. Putting for the single bogey. Cards the triple.
Yeah, it can be pretty rough when you pair a poor tee shot with a 3-putt. You know, that's kind of like worst case scenario. So Jess is going to have to leave that behind and jump back on the wagon.
We've got a tie ball game here. Missy just 2 back of Sai and Kristen. Sarah Hokum. What's up, girl?
Oh, I got a couple birdies.
Yeah. I'm coming for you.
Oh, man. On to hole 7, par 3, only 227 feet. You're playing on this side slope. Through this gap, it really plays to a sidearm with a mid or a putter. But you can throw a backhand. Just got to extra turn it. The ground is falling away left because you are on a mountain. There's a lot of potential for rollaway here. It doesn't look particularly sloped, but this hard pan combined with this slope can get rollaways if you don't hit cleanly off the tee. If you hit one of these pines and just drop vertical, you're likely to roll. So Missy going to go with the more difficult backhand.
She's going soul turnover here.
And that needs to sit. Oh, good.
Yeah.
It came down on his
I
backside.
think that tree might have helped.
And
might
that
have been
tree is
floating.
super close to the basket. We're talking 15 feet. So if you hit the tree and stop there, then yeah, you're a happy gal.
Sai.
Also going with the backhand.
Yep, deputy turnover. And
That looks like it's great shape.
would you say, how often when you throw the forehand here, Sarah, would you say that it just picks up and rolls by itself with no trees?
Depends on the stability of the disc you're throwing.
Okay.
I think the less stable you go, the less likely it's going to roll.
Okay.
So Kristen going harp, like a medium harp, catches trees.
Oh, that's
It's
going to drop her
short,
down to a
but-
death putt. Pretty fast green.
Really fast green, yeah. You really have to consider what you're doing from up high, especially. That's a lot of speed. Sit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that tree helped.
That tree was good. It can giveth and it can taketh.
52 for Kristen.
Oh, wow. Any metal hit that doesn't go into the basket is likely going to roll. So I don't know if she knows that, but I guess she does.
Wasn't much fear on that one.
No. And Jess looking to kind of leave behind her putting woes and get this one in.
So there's not too many people I know that push off their right foot
Agreed.
into their putt.
Agreed. Sai. Cold-blooded.
She's having herself a day right now. 6 down through the first 7.
And not to be big putted by Kristen.
Yeah, good point.
Missy also with a opportunity to get another one under par. Yep, just a little tapper. That looked just fine. Moving on, hole 8, 241. With a side slope again, sloping down to the left. This one is very blocked. You have these 4 or 5 pine trees that are straight away, where there's the open lane is to the right, but there is a little bit of open lane to the left. The play for me is to punch the right side low and hard with something stable and slow, and hope you can get a putt at this one. It takes a little special turn to get this one right. It's an awkward angle, I think, for a backhand.
And you're throwing uphill, and there's also a low ceiling at the end of the flight. So I feel like it kind of narrows the window that you're trying to feed it through.
Oh, and those early trees do come into play.
Couple of times Kristen's held onto the disc a little bit, kind of pulling it off to the right.
That needs to sit. Yep. Really tough to get access to this one. Sai with the best shot. Just even Sai pulled it a little bit right. Oh, that's still going to be edge of the circle.
Oh, Missy going with the rare forehand here.
I think her touch sidearm is pretty good. These little short shots.
Kind of giving it a little bid.
Jess with a sonic. She looks like she has a ceiling, though. Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Kristen for par.
Yep, staying calm. Just when you think that she's going to make a mistake.
No big deal. Just throw it in from 30 feet uphill. Jess with a similar looking putt.
That's really unfortunate. Kind of unforced error right there from 50 feet. Oh, yeah. Oh, left side catch.
Missy with the cleanup. Par is looking good on this hole today, despite its distance.
And we have a short walk up here to one of the sweetest downhill shots that you'll ever play.
Just did not like that, even though it went in. Yeah, this is, in the position she's at, it's a tough position. She's got to shake this off. And moving on to hole 9, like you said, the blue mountains in the background, par 4, 543 feet, but you can get there off the tee. Punch it straight down with a little bit of fade underneath of this pine, and you may have access to the green. Shots can also get, lucky kind of through the upper parts of these pines and punch, like spike into this green.
Mm-hmm.
The green itself kind of has a spine through the middle of it, so you have rollaway potential on either side. So the approach gets a little bit tricky, especially coming from elevation.
Just really quality walkthrough right there. I feel it now. It maybe 120 feet from tee to green or something it descends. Really have to get this nose angle perfect.
And that looks really good. This is her Tour Series Thrasher.
Yeah, that's the pine you kind of have to get lucky or go lower off the tee and go below the branches.
Exactly. Sai putting a little move on it, something stable. It's fading.
It's that last Guardian Ponderosa right there. Actually, one of the prettier trees on the course.
We saw Kristen get this eagle yesterday from the bottom of the hill. This is her Orbit Grace. That looks similar. She needs to fight through there.
Hoop.
Oh,
I think
that
she
might
did.
be behind
Yep.
the basket.
I think she's deep.
Oops, I threw it too far.
They're at 650. Sorry. So Jessica.
That's a little
parked this hole
inside, but I
yesterday.
kind of like it. It might be left.
Okay, a little catch
But,
cam action.
This is a par 4. There's room to approach and still get the birdie. Just got to land this well short to park it. And it's a little short. It'll leave some meat on the bone. That was pretty aggressive.
Yeah, it was. Just going to have a 20-footer up the hill.
Just with a fun Anheuser from C2. Really great tee shot. And Kristen is behind the basket. Now looking down. It's pretty downhill at this point. A miss, an air ball is a problem. Okay.
Yeah, she sent it. And this hole was playing as the second easiest hole on the course. And our card is all in position to birdie it.
So calm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a very collected delivery that she's showing us over the past month or so. Ever since she kind of had her moment there at Texas State, she's really rode that wave of confidence, at least from my perspective.
Yeah, I think it's been, it takes a little bit of time to get comfortable on the road, and I think she's starting to get there. And then we're going to see the best golf we're going to see out of her as she continues to develop her road legs.
And once again, Sarah,
Everybody birdie.
Everybody is birdieing. Like this card, Jessica's obviously struggling, but there's just so much action here at Blue Mountain. I really enjoy watching disc golf be played here on the foothills.
And Sai and Kristen are knotted up. This is great action. Missy also pushing pretty hard. with 5 down through 9. I mean, but Saya's 7 down through 9.
Yep, best front 9
This is
we've
what you
seen
got to
all
do
weekend.
to catch Kristen.
Yep. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks to the Central Coast guys for being out here, and thanks for the Disc Golf Pro Tour for throwing a little mountain golf at us. And from Sarah Hokum and Nate Perkins, we will see you guys soon for part 2 from the 2023 Zootown Open.